Okay, there we are. I've got my PowerPoint ready to go. And let's just move some of these bits of information. Okay. I don't know why this is happening. We'll just have. So thank you so much for having me again on our innovations. The fact that we are innovating our lives, the fact that we are growing our lives, we're growing our community here with you, Gansu, the fact that we are growing into a greater human experience. And it takes us to weed out the limitations of the mind and the being and to create a new land that is ready for seeding, the new land that is wanting to harvest the growth. As Brian alluded to, the growth from the seed, the growth from the planet, the growth from the earth into bigger, better living. So there are some nuances that come with this thing that we call growth. And that is, sometimes there can be this contradictory feeling, something that is uncomfortable, where there's a form of resistance, even aggression, annoyance for no reason, and we're unable to find ourselves moving forward. And all of this out of the blue for no reason per se. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, given that situation, so often there are things percolating that we have yet to connect with, things percolating in our spirit that are creating this sense of discomfort. For one thing I can say to you is, growth is uncomfortable. We love the concept of growth. We love the idea of growth, but it comes at a price. It comes with this nuance of contradictory feelings, of pain, of symptoms that are part of frustration, part of pain of the past, part of loss, maybe from the past. This sensing of aggression and anxiety that can even lead into some forms of addiction, be they shopping, be they gambling, be they alcohol, drugs, creating even further despair and despondency, and sadly, even depression for some. So when we talk about growth, we come into this space knowing that there is a whole lot going on, be it illogical negative feelings that percolate under the surface. And in situations like that, I go back to one of my favorites. I light a candle, because at least in lighting a candle, I see the light. I see the action that I've taken. I see that I'm contributing back into the universe with something that's peaceful. And therefore, I want to attract that which I put out, peaceful. Meditation, exercise, and rest are wonderful tools to help us in this percolating change resistant stage. For growth does take effort. It takes time, and it even can take money too. So you need to budget that into your life. Budget the growth period of effort, time, and money. Know that when you're growing, that it is going to be uncomfortable. You are going to be taken out of your comfort zone. And therefore plan for that. Plan for giving yourself enough space to be part of this process of change, this process of growth. Because growth brings change, brings resistance, and certainly brings discomfort. Some of the tools that I can certainly suggest are workshops, getting the CPD points. That may just be a South African thing. I'm not sure if it is European as well. Continued professional development points. Workshops are an amazing way of keeping your mind attuned to the growth area and the growth direction that you're looking to move into. Keep abreast with the trends that are happening in society. Keep abreast of the ways of looking at what's showing up in the environment of e-commerce, for instance. Look at the ways that blockchain is taking a precedence in the way that the internet operates. Look at ways of metaverse. Look at ways of passive income online. Look at ways of what is happening. So one of the things that I've really come to enjoy is this concept of long life learning. So much so that when I moved from Durban to Johannesburg, I had the most magnificent library. I have been collecting my books for many, many years. And my library was really one of my best friends in my life. I could not bear to break it up, sell it, give it away, just without the conscious love that it required. And I ended up creating this thing called a living legacy library, where my library went to a company, a maverick company, a company that understands self-development and teachings and growth in their staff members, way beyond the norm, actually. And I said to them, would they like to take my library, utilize my library, love my library, look after my library, and maybe one day I will call for it or not. But right now, my library is a living legacy, living in that it's been used, a legacy that is mine, actually. And this library of knowledge and growth resources is now in the hands of those who love it. The beauty of long life learning is that it stretches and even gives you the opportunity to test your opinions and the way that you think, and to make you a little bit more wary of the little voice that sits on that shoulder of yours and goes quack, 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 quack into your ear, that self-talk that says, no, you can't. That conditioning of the mind that says, who do you think you are? Of course you can't do that. That self-talk that says, I don't think so. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to give to society? Society needs to be giving to you, and all that chitter-chatter that goes on between these two ears, that stops us, limits us, grows weeds in our minds, grows hatred and negativity and discern that is not happy. So keep connected by loving to learn, by loving to open your opinions and your thinking, by becoming conscious of the small talk, the self-talk, that little voice, and keeping connection with other people. A wonderful way of us staying connected with each other are these Thursday nights online live Zooms with Gunsu. What an amazing opportunity for lifelong learning. Interactions with others, learning from others, creating opinions for ourselves, creating new thinking for ourselves. All of this is about growth. Our attitude towards others and life come from this place of who we are in life and how we feed it with life that is an enjoyable journey of long learning. So here's a little model that I found on the internet about the self-talk. And not that I want to go through it, but just note what the grays look like as in the negative and the fixed thinking, the conditioning, the pain, the frustration of loss, of guilt, of the past possibly, or the way that we interpret our experiences. And then there's the other side of growth and joy and finding gratitude in what is, finding ways of noticing how we have won in the day, how we have moved forward, how we have grown in the day. For growth is a day-by-day activity. Growth does not just happen. Growth needs the sun and the water and the earth. We need the love and the kindness and the action. So here's our conditioning that we have to look at so that we can become a little bit more challenging, a little bit more conscious of what is going on in there, so that the mindset can flow anew, can grow into the new directions, into the arenas that we desire and want in our lives, rather than those that we feel yoked by. Taking the action, loving the action, doesn't mean it's easy, it just means it's required. But then, of course, the process. Fall in love with the process. If nothing else, fall in love with the process, for it is in the process that we get to learn so much about ourselves. So much about ourselves. And the results, well, they are never ever fixed, and we never know how they're going to turn out. But I can tell you, if you follow this little process here, that the results will always show up bigger and better than what was expected, because the universe conspires to work with us, help us, bring to us that which we want in our lives. So be careful what you say you want, because the universe does conspire to help. Be conscious of the attitude of life that you are exhibiting. This little tree of mindset, just such a cute little way of remembering some of the things we need to ask ourselves. When I ask questions, I learn. It's okay to not know something. Oh, how wonderful is that? How liberating. Getting better takes time. Yes, it does. What can I learn from this? Such a great question. How can I do hard things? Maybe they're not so hard when you start. I can always improve. Mistakes help me learn. Challenges help me grow. I don't understand yet. And that's where the process comes. So I am Dr. Barbara Johnson. I am known as the People Developer. I work with trauma, transformation, and transcendence. I have a very strong interest group in transference of wealth. Our big problem with our happiness levels at the moment is the fact that global wealth systems are falling away, and we are finding ourselves very much concerned about how it will pan out. There are answers, and simple ones. Talk to me about that. So through the work of counseling and coaching and consulting, I work with individuals and teams. Please do take a screenshot of this. I would love to hear from you. I'm so excited that some of the group people are making questions to me now, are making contact with me now, and I'm absolutely delighted to have that happen. Please do that.